If imaginary friends. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this movie. It was all right. So the first thing that kind of threw me for a spin was it was more of a kids movie than I was anticipating, but there was dark themes, so it was still enjoyable as an adult. Kids movies are just a very fine line because I don't have any kids. I think if I had kids, I could just sit there and not be critical the whole time, like man, like this movie isn't for adults. Um, but I don't have any kids, so I can't really do that. I sit there and I'm critical. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say in this, and I liked it though. I liked it. Ryan Reynolds plays himself as always. He's now got his shtick where he can just be him in every single movie, but it works. The movie was cute. I think that I would enjoy it more if I was a kid, just because there was a part that was supposed to be a twist, and if you're an adult and you're paying attention, you pick up on it immediately. It was just, but it was good. It wasn't bad. It's just it didn't feel like a twist to me. I'll spoiler, boom, spoiler. It's just about her imaginary friend. I'm not gonna say who it is, but she goes through a traumatic event as a child and really relies on her imaginary friend. So the whole movie, this girl character is trying to relocate imaginary friends. That's the whole premise. And you're constantly wondering, well, where's hers, right? Because her grandma has one, and all these old people have one, but obviously she had one at some point as well. And it's really easy to pick up on which of the imaginary friends in the movie is hers, that she's just been kind of pushing to the side because she feels like she is now grown. You know, she's a big girl. She doesn't need imaginary friends, but it was cute. It was well done and it was unique. And I think that's why I enjoyed the movie. Even though I picked up on and I predicted the whole ending, it was still cute and it was still fun to watch. Ryan Reynolds is supposed to be a clown in the movie. He wasn't very cheerful though. It was very much so her and him kind of had the same like personality type, but they did well. I think what was the funniest to me though is there was a show from my childhood called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I don't know if anyone remembers this show, but you have this main character. I don't even know his name. He's got like hair that goes down here. It's just brown. It's a cartoon, and he has an imaginary friend named Blue, and it's just a big house with imaginary friends, right? And they're essentially, to my understanding, trying to get kids to adopt the imaginary friends, and that's kind of what the whole show is about. But they're going on goofy adventures. This felt like the live action of that with just a girl instead of a boy. Like they even had an imaginary friend named Blue, which part of me feels like that's almost like an homage to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I didn't watch any interviews on this though, or any interviews with the director, so maybe that's exactly what it is. It feels like too much of a coincidence to not be. But it was fun. I would say if you don't have kids, I don't really know if I would recommend this movie. It's not something that I would go out of my way to watch, especially I'm one of those people that wants to be surprised. I'm one of those people that wants a movie that I can I can't predict what's going on, and this movie would not have kept me entertained if I wasn't in a theater. It's just not something that I would say to go out of your way to watch, but if you have kids, definitely give it a watch because it's enjoyable. It's not a cartoon, it's not a lot of vulgar humor. It's just fun without all the fart jokes and all the nonsense they're just cramming into kids movies these days. It dodged all of that and it did it in an eloquently, like it did it in a good way. Another big part of the movie was the girl's dad was sick the entire movie. He needed like a heart transplant or something done. And you could see the sorrow in her growing up as the movie progressed, but also still retaining the part of her childhood that allowed her to see all these imaginary friends. So I'd say probably 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't the most phenomenal movie. It wasn't crazy fun, but it was watchable. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.